Let's go, buddy.
Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Connor Knowles, and this is the Nerdic Gods MMA show. This time, your post show for UFC 271. Joining me as always, Sloan. How you doing, bud?
Oh, I'm doing well, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Great night of fights, I must say.
Another great pay-per-view in the books.
Ooh, it was good, man. Honestly, the early prelims, main card, the whole thing. Almost every fight, I enjoyed the hell out of.
Back in the day, it used to be like
Yeah.
I would always expect like maybe 3 pay-per-views of the year to be kind of snoozers, some boring ones.
Yeah.
And now it's just so rare, like.
Man, I know.
Yeah,
Most
they've
of
done
these
such a
cards,
good
man.
job just setting these cards up better.
I know.
Like, I like the move they made just a couple days before the pay-per-view to move the Alex Hernandez Renato Marcano fight up to the main card. I was like, okay, great move.
Yeah.
Like, that's gonna be a great fight.
Definitely.
Yeah.
100%. That was a good fight. Oh man, we'll get more into it. I feel so bad for Hernandez a little bit. I know he kind of put himself in that hole a little bit with all the trash talking and whatnot, but he's been on a hell of a slide. I
gotta be honest, I'm always kind of happy to see Alex Hernandez lose.
No, fair enough. 100%. That fight was Cerrone. I mean, after you feel so justified, seeing him after that fight.
Yeah, definitely. Anyway, Sloan, we're gonna go over the whole card, starting at the top. Israel Otasania defeated Robert Whittaker by unanimous decision over the course of 5 rounds.
It was a good fight.
It was a good fight. Not the best fight ever. I thought the round 1 was very good. Kind of went down more from there. They kind of both got into their own pace a little bit. A lot of thinking going on. This was very much a chess match.
Yeah, definitely. It was funny because when I think it was it halfway or towards the end of the round when Izzy got the slight knockdown on Whittaker there.
Yeah, right at the end of round 1.
Yeah. I was thinking, oh, here's a repeat. Here we go.
I thought that too. I was like, he did the same thing the last fight. Dropped him in the first and finished him in the second. Yeah.
It ended up happening. And I got to say, I thought Whittaker was going to wrestle a little bit more.
Yeah,
like he did some, and kind of mixed it up. I feel like he was on the feet a little bit more than I was kind of thinking he was gonna be.
That's kind of the big problem with anything that Whittaker did. It's like you had a great game plan and you stuck to it. You just didn't have enough output to win. I thought, that was it. It was like you got some takedowns. You needed to capitalize on those with ground and pound and holding them down more. And then he landed the jab all night, like a nice clean jab, but he needed to follow that up with a right hand, just land more and more. It's just I just did not think Whittaker did enough to win. You got to take it from the champ.
No, definitely. He looked great. I mean, Whittaker looked good. I mean, he's looked great his last 3 fights. He looked amazing.
Yeah.
But man, it's just like looking at this fight. It's just hard. It's like I feel like Izzy just kind of has his number. Just a little bit.
That's how it felt in the first, especially. I was like, he really has his number.
Yeah, no, definitely. Because Izzy, man, his stand-up is just every fight you watch him, and even if it's not the most exciting fight in the world, it's just fun watching him.
It definitely.
Just the way he controls his range, how quick he is, just the way it looks amazing.
It's just a different level of striking that we don't always get in MMA.
Which is why, is like Whittaker has good hands, but it's just the unfortunate, thing in this fight is that Adesanya is just that long, lanky dude that is hard to get up on, and unfortunately Whittaker just does not have that reach to really get in there the way I think he wants to, which is why I figured he would try to wrestle a little bit more, try to, do a little bit more of that Colby Covington style of just kind of get the punches in, get him up against the cage, wrestle him down, do a little bit more. That's kind of my thought that he was going to try to, really implement a little bit more, tire him out more. But I mean, and to give it to Adesanya, he has good takedown defense.
Very good, right? Yeah, especially down at middleweight, because he's a lot bigger than most of these guys, and he's very good at get-ups too, So I understand definitely how hard it is, but Rob really just needed more output, just on every angle to really take, especially 3 and 4. I think those are the 2 where everyone's kind of. I think everyone gave Rob round 5. Everyone gave Izzy round 1. The ones in the middle are kind of iffy. I think. The only one I gave an argument for Rob was round 2 as well, because he did get a couple. He got a good takedown in that round and was landing the jab. He looked way better. And so much credit to Whittaker for coming out in that round 2 and looking like he did, because he looked scared on the fucking stool. And after round 1, he looked petrified. Honestly, And I thought, oh man, he's done here. Like you said, he had his number.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure he was sitting there thinking like, not again. I'm sure he was like, damn it, that just almost happened again.
Yeah, they mentioned it on the broadcast too. Just like how it was just like, damn, Whittaker is fucked. But then he came out around, and then 2 through 5 looked way better than he did in the first. Oh yeah, but still 100%. just not enough. I thought to take it from the champ.
No, definitely, and it's just interesting. I love Whittaker. Again, I was it's hard for this fight because both these guys I like a lot. Like I like Otasania a lot. I like Whittaker a lot, and these guys are definitely like the top 2 guys in middleweight. Because clearly the guys below are gonna have a hell of a time getting past both these guys.
They've both beaten everyone together with their resumes now. Yeah, it's like that whole division is wiped out by Izzy and Whittaker at this point.
100%. So it's like, because even now, like I feel bad for Whittaker because it's like, how are you gonna get that third fight? It took forever to get the second fight.
I mean, we're seeing a couple guys in this place, like Kobe Covington's in this place right now at welterweight, where it's just like you're beating everyone else, but you're not beating the champ, and it's just unfortunate. I don't know what you do.
And it stings because, like, for Whittaker, like I don't see him going up or down. Like he could, like maybe.
I think I saw an interview last week where Whittaker was like, "There's no way I'm making welterweight ever again." So it's just like, I don't, and there's no way he could go up. He's just not. Yeah, he's having trouble with Izzy's size. He's not gonna compete up at light heavyweight. So
no, 100%. And I know Whittaker himself. I mean, he doesn't even seem like that too into the fight game. Like he seems like it's he makes the money, he does what he needs to do, but I'm sure if he wasn't getting paid to do this, he would not be fighting whatsoever.
Yeah, he's also one of those guys that's like not super interested in the belt. I mean, for one thing, he's already been champ, so that helps. But it's like I could see Whittaker just headlining ESPN main events for the rest of his career.
Oh, yeah,
you
definitely.
Know what I mean? Just against random guys.
But man, if I'm the UFC, I'm worried about Whittaker because clearly he's beaten all the top contenders. I mean, he ruined a bunch of fights for Otasania. So let's say he does that again. As the UFC is kind of.
It is a problem for them, right? Yeah, that's a great point actually.
Because it's like okay, what are we gonna do with this guy? This guy's clearly the
are you gonna give him Sean Strickland and then have him beat Sean Strickland and then just ruin that title shot too? Yeah. That's a very 100%. Good point.
Yeah. So it's like really like as Whittaker, what do we do? What do we do? With this guy, this amazing fighter who just, can't seem to get the belt back, but will probably keep beating the dudes they put in front of him.
I wonder how many.
He's still a young guy.
Yeah, he's not old. I mean, he's younger than Izzy. I think he's a year younger than Izzy. So I wonder if he could get in that Max Holloway spot where like everyone's just clamoring for Holloway versus Volkanovski 3. I wonder if we could get him into that spot where we're clamoring for.
Well, what sucks about that example though is that at least with the Holloway example, both those fights were close as shit.
Yeah, very close.
And then the second fight, everybody thinks Holloway won the fight.
Yeah.
If this fight had been that same kind of thing where everybody thought Whittaker won the fight, but Izzy got the belt, I could see that being an easier kind of, third fight to get into. And
like, not that it wasn't a good fight. It was a good fight, but it wasn't like an amazing, great fight that people are going to be clamoring to see again.
Exactly. And plus, you also got the problem is you got like Hamzat, hanging out in this division.
I mean, I don't. Hamzat need to pick a weight class here, but
I know, but it's like it seems like he's gonna be a welterweight, but
I could see him moving up to middleweight.
I could see him being a middleweight as well, and then trying to make a run in that. Which, if that's the case, you got this guy. Plus,
maybe that's your hope if you're Whittaker. Like, pray for Hamzat to get the welterweight title, to come up and beat Izzy. I don't know. That'd be a weird hope, but
well, that's the thing. For Whittaker to get that next title shot, somebody's got to beat Izzy.
Yeah.
Whether it's Sean Strickland, Jared Cannonier.
I just don't know who's that guy, man. I know. It's so hard at middleweight right now. I don't know if any of these guys can really touch Izzy.
See, I don't see Jared Cannonier beating Izzy.
I don't either.
But I think Sean Strickland could surprise people.
Really?
Maybe get. I think he could.
The problem with both those guys is their main thing is striking still. Yeah. And it's just if you're gonna stand and try to have a kickboxing fight with Izzy, you're gonna probably lose. And that's just he's just that good. He's on another level compared to all these guys. And I cannot see. I can't see Strickland coming in with his heavy boxing technique. You're not gonna land that jab on Izzy all night. And then Cannonier's got a lot of power, and he is very well-rounded as well, so that's a more interesting fight to me, but I still just, like, you know, we saw Brunson drop Cannonier last night, you know? Like, what's that going to look like with Izzy?
No, definitely. I don't know, it's hard, because, I mean, Izzy's just looking so good.
Yeah.
He looks great. I mean, you never know. I'm already forgetting the guy's name, but you got that guy that KO'd Izzy in that division now.
Oh, Alex Pereira.
Yeah, Alex Pereira. Yeah. So, you know, if he...
There are guys coming up, sure.
Yeah. I think there's some guys coming up that could definitely give him a run for his money. But at that point, it's like, you know, maybe Izzy might retire at some point, and we never get to see that.
See, he seems more down to just keep going than almost any champ right now. Like, a lot of champs talk about retirement, but Izzy's just kind of like, nah, I'm just here for legacy now. And it's just cool. I guess we're going to have this for at least a few more years.
I mean, I'm great with that. I mean, I love Izzy. Like, watching Izzy fight is so fun.
We might not get the crazy knockouts like we did with Anderson Silva, but it does very much remind me of Anderson Silva's run where he went on that crazy 12-fight title defense streak.
Well, I know they've been pushing that super hard, you know.
Yeah.
Those comparisons. Yeah, I don't know. They're both. I see the similarities for sure.
It's a bit different. Silva had this like aura around him where it was just like, I'm gonna see someone get fucked up tonight. Where Izzy's just like, maybe.
I would even say Anderson was probably even more well-rounded than Izzy was.
Yeah, I mean, Anderson does have very good submission skills. He was. I will say he has worse takedown in his prime. He had worse takedown defense and takedowns than Izzy.
I mean, of course they fought, you know. So Izzy has the win. Over Silva.
Silva was past his prime at that point, but
yeah, but still, you know, it's like, I mean, the story of that fight, I think, was more of like, you know, how amazing is Anderson Silva still just being able to survive 3 rounds.
Yeah.
Then, you know, if anything, but.
So what do we want to see next for Izzy? Cannonier just seems like the logical choice.
Yeah, I mean, Izzy didn't really call anybody out.
No, he said Cannonier in the post. Yeah, he said the June thing right there.
I must have missed that part. Oh yeah, I mean, usually whoever Izzy calls out usually gets title shot. So if he said Cannonier, it's probably
he said Cannonier June. Yeah. I think UFC was like, thank you. We do need a June headliner. There you go.
100%. So yeah, so that'll probably be the next fight.
I really hope they do it in Chicago, just personally, just because I live in Milwaukee and I really want to go to. I haven't been to UFC in like 2 years now, so I'm like itching to go.
No, that'd be awesome. That'd be awesome.
Yeah,
I hope that happens. See, it seems like it's only gonna be in Texas, Vegas.
I heard Aruba, Chicago is why I say that. So I'm like, okay, do that. And they do typically, whenever they did go to Chicago, it was always be in June. So I don't know. I just heard that rumor, and I'm like itching for it now.
That'd be awesome. I hope when it happens so that you can go to.
Yeah, I hope so very much as well.
I hope I'll be able to see you on the TV. Like, hey,
I'll take my shirt off just for you.
Thanks, buddy.
Then Whittaker, where do we want to see him go? Because I don't know. We mentioned Sean Strickland, stuff like that. There's a couple guys he hasn't fought, like Pablo Costa could be fun.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Costa would be a lot of fun. I mean, weren't they trying to make that fight at one point?
I think so. Right. I think it was Whittaker Costa. I can't remember if it was Whittaker Costa or Whittaker Vettori, but one of those was made at some point and someone pulled out.
It seems like they're just gonna force Costa into light heavyweight.
They might. Yeah, Costa. I don't know. Costa's just being weird right now. Who knows? I mean, he's always a little bit weird. So who knows if that guy's ever even gonna fight again? He's a real wild card. All right, I guess Vettori is out there as well, too. Vettori is coming off the win on Costa, so, I mean, that'd be a good fight, too. I just don't know if you want to feed someone that's that high level to Whittaker again.
I don't think they want to do Sean Strickland just so... They might give Strickland probably one more fight. If he wins that fight, I can see them giving a title shot to him. They probably want to keep that undefeated streak, and Whittaker presents a lot of problems for Sean Strickland, I think.
For sure. I mean, Whittaker, just everyone else in the division, he presents so many problems for.
So, like, Whittaker, I mean, if I was Whittaker, I'd want to fight, maybe get Brunson's last fight. You could always try,
That'd be good, actually. I mean, I could see Brunson wanting to go out on that one, try to get that one back, because Whittaker did knock him out a while back. But, I don't know. That'd be cool for Brunson. Although, I think maybe you want to get Brunson would want someone a bit easier, so he could try to go out on a win.
Sure. But it's like, I don't even know, because it's like, I mean, that's a hard one, because I feel like now, UFC is probably just gonna send guys like Whittaker to build a name.
Yeah. Really entering that gatekeeper status.
Yeah.
And it sucks because it's a gatekeeper that'll beat everyone else.
Yeah, no, 100%. I don't know. That's a hard one.
Yeah.
I mean, they could do Uriah Hall. They could do Jack Hermanson. I mean,
yeah, go that far back if you wanted to.
Yeah.
That's when Whittaker starts finishing guys that, if you get out of the top 5, then you really get some finishes.
No, definitely. It's just like, even the top 5, it's like, I just don't know. I mean, Vettori would be a fun one, but I mean, even that fight's kind of like I feel like that fight's like the Derrick Lewis Tai Tuivasa fight. It's just like two higher kind of, two guys in the rankings, not really going to go anywhere in terms of title contention. It might just be a fun fight to watch.
You disrespect Tai like that. How dare you? No, Whittaker Vettori would be a good one, though, as well, just because Vettori has had 2 fights with Izzy already. So, like, he's in the same boat. Like, it's going to be very hard for him to get a 3rd fight against Izzy as well. So.
Definitely. That'd be like a safe fight to make, because you'd have 2 guys that are, like, kind of just on the sidelines for now.
Yeah.
That would just be, like, a good just... Hey, look, we got 2 top guys.
And also, Vettori and Strickland have said they don't want to fight each other because they train together. So,
right.
I like that one. Glad we figured this out. There you go, UFC.
There you go. You're welcome.
Whittaker Vettori.
But that fight was great, though. I mean, Izzy just came in, did what he does, looks good, and he is the champ once more.
Once more. We look forward to seeing him in Chicago in June.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Can't wait.
Can't wait. Next up, that's Sloan. Tai Tuivasa defeated Derrick Lewis by round 2 KO with an elbow. Crazy.
Man, I was rooting for Derrick Lewis so hard that fight. Like, I was like, come on, buddy. He was looking so good. I was like happy after the first round.
He was looking very good in the first.
Like, he was just he was just controlling Tai so well. Like, he was quick. He was like getting him. Like, I don't know,
he looked way bigger than Tai.
Yeah. Hey, man, Tai could take a hell of a punch, man. Some of those punches he took, I was like, damn, man. I don't think many dudes be taking punches like that from Derrick Lewis.
There was a point in towards the end of the first where he had him up against the cage and Lewis just started wailing on him. And it was like, oh, no, Tai's going down.
I know, man. Well, he even got him down at one point. He's like, get some little ground and pound. I'm like, jeez, man.
Yeah.
This fight was looking good. But
then we got to the second, and then they started swaying and banging like they said, and Tai kept clipping him, and Derrick kept missing. And then all of a sudden, you kind of saw Derrick's face change, and it looked like he was getting a little bit tired. Then Tai put it on him more and more, and then all of a sudden, that big elbow landed, and Derrick face planted, man. Crazy.
Dude, that was like a big old tree falling down. I was like, oh,
bit of a delayed one too,
It was too. It was like all of a sudden, I was like, he's knocked out.
Whole arena shook.
Oh man, but that was a fun fight. We good on Tai. He weathered the storm, got his own, flurry in. That elbow looked vicious. I mean, that was right.
Big win, right biggest win of his career by far.
Oh, 100%.
I think a fight a lot of people were kind of counting him out on. I think we all just thought once these two start swinging, Derrick's probably gonna win, because I think we all thought Derrick had the better chin, but turns out Tai does.
Yep, turns out Tai does. Yeah. Well, Tai we've seen get knocked out. We haven't really seen Derrick get
not like one punch like that, yeah. I guess both of them, because Juju Dos Santos knocked out Tai, but that was from body punches, if I remember. It was more of like an accumulation type thing.
Yeah.
And then Lewis, I don't think we've ever seen get like one punch knocked out like that.
Yeah. No. So this is definitely it's got to be hard for Derrick too, being hometown, because he just lost the title in his hometown.
He also had a crazy streak of February wins. Like, he was undefeated in the month of February. He was like 13-0 or something. So crazy. It sucks for him to lose again in Houston like that as well.
No, 100%. But it was a good fight, and at this point I don't even really see where they really go at this point. I mean, that was a great fight for Tai to kind of get up into that.
Tai's in the top 5 now, man. I mean, it's I will say one thing: avoid Curtis Blades like the plague, because that man will wrestle fuck you.
100%.
Luckily, Curtis Blades is matched up with Chris Dawkins now. I mean, we'll talk about that later, but don't fight the winner of that. If I'm Tai, just try to avoid that.
I'm good on that one.
I'm thinking Tai versus Ciryl Gane. I think that's the move to make.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that being a good fight to make.
That'd be a great fight, right? You could headline ESPN or do a co-main.
Because it sucks because it seems like the heavyweight title, like it always is just gonna be tied up, and it's probably gonna be forever.
Until month after month, we're gonna come on here, Sloan, and just be so mad that this isn't figured out yet.
Bro, it's absurd because now at this point, it's like, okay, well, looks like Ngannou's gonna be getting a surgery. He's probably gonna be out for a year.
I mean, they got to get the contract figured out too, right?
Yeah, still gotta get that figured out. So there's just multiple things going on with him. Odds are they're gonna do an interim title, but it'll probably be with John and Stipe.
See, I am mad at that though. I am mad at that. If we can get that done.
But then it's like, have those two, and then if Stipe ends up winning, it's gonna take forever to get another fight because Stipe fights.
We won't see the actual heavyweight belt on the line until like July 2023.
yeah, most likely. It's just like, it's just absurd. And then most likely John would win the fight, but even John doesn't really fight a ton. Like
when John goes in like seasons, he will be active, and then he'll take like 2 years off, or he'll get called for steroids or coke or something, and then take 2 years off.
100%. But even from John, it's like, do I want to fight Tai Tuivasa? So probably not. I'd probably pick some other people before I pick Tai. But it's like,
I mean, it's just Lewis was taking Ty down is my big thing, and it's like if Lewis is taking you down, these other wrestlers are really gonna take you down.
Yeah.
Stipe, John Jones, Curtis Blades, those. I mean, even Francis at this point, they're gonna take you down and ground about you. Like, and that's just
100%.
Ty. If I'm Ty, I don't know, maybe take a little bit off. Take like 6 months off, just work on your. He was training at AKA. Right before COVID broke out with DC and stuff. Maybe go back up there for a little while. I just worry. I worry about the wrestling. I really do.
Right. No, for sure. And I don't know. We'll see what happens with these guys. I mean, they're probably just gonna I mean, Lewis, he just takes fights. I mean, he just who knows who he'll fight next.
Yeah, Lewis. I mean, he'll just headline a ESPN card against some up and comer next and knock him out. He'll be right back where he was in a year or whatever.
No, 100%. And then, and for Ty, I mean, Ty, he's been looking really good. I mean, if I'm him, I think the only fight I would take right now is Cyril Gane.
Yeah,
just to kind of
get. Right? I mean, he's a striker. I mean, that's not that's not a hard fight. It's a very hard fight for Ty too. I mean, Gane keeping his distance, using his footwork, using those body kicks and stuff like that. Like, it's an extremely hard fight either way. But Ty's got nothing left but hard fights now. So yeah. All 100%. I'm saying is avoid Curtis Blades. That's all I'm saying.
Gotta avoid Curtis. Oh man, but I don't know. I mean, Ty could do what Derrick did to Curtis.
Sure. I mean, anyone could. It's just like, I don't know. Curtis Blades is just such an amazing wrestler for the heavyweight division. It's just so hard to get past that guy.
I feel so bad for Blades sometimes, man.
I know he's just the forgotten guy.
I know, because he is such a good fighter, and I love he comes out. I love that he comes out to the Mortal Kombat theme song. I love all that.
It is badass.
I mean, like, I love all that. I love all that stuff. Man, I know he's had a hard go of it a little bit in this heavyweight division.
Then moving on to the co-main, whatever we call this one, we should get a name for this one.
Yeah,
I like co-main though. Jared Cannonier defeated Derrick Brunson by KO via some vicious elbows in round 2.
Oh yeah. Good fight.
Great fight. I thought, way better than I thought. I thought like one way. I thought one guy was gonna dominate the other. I didn't think it'd be this back and forth like it was. But first round, Derrick Brunson came out. He looked pretty good. He got the takedowns when he needed, and he just like kept going for it. Had like a Khabib-esque style to the takedowns. Just relentless with them. Ends up dropping Cannonier at the end of the first. We get in a second, and it starts looking like Brunson's fading a little bit. And Cannonier really starts putting it on, and then ends up getting him to the ground and finishing him off with those brutal elbows.
Yep.
And Cannonier, what a fucking specimen now. Like, that dude is jacked.
Oh, man, that guy is, like, stupidly jacked. Like, look at this guy. I
remember when he was a heavyweight, man, and he had that gut? And now it's just like, this dude is shredded.
No, now he's gone down to, middleweight. Now he's just shredded looking dude. I'm like, whew. He hits hard, man. He's a strong dude.
Yeah. I mean, he used to hit heavyweights, man. He has a couple knockouts up there.
Yeah, And and he beat Brunson, which is a feat upon itself.
Brunson will go down as a legendary fighter. He's up there with Ulberg and TRT Tort now.
100%. But yeah, that was a good fight. That fight, for me, it was either going to come down to two ways. It was either going to be. Honestly, I didn't really see Brunson finishing Cannonier. I saw him kind of just dominating him throughout the fight with his wrestling and all that. Or Cannonier just knocks him out.
Yeah.
And that was just kind of how I saw it. And Cannonier knocking him out. Yeah, when he got those elbows, man.
Brutal. When they did the third one that landed before the ref got in there, it was like, oh, good lord, like, sorry, Brunson.
Like, my lord, Brunson, that's not how your opening night was gonna go. That's for sure.
So we already talked about a little bit the Cannonier Izzy fight to make, and then Brunson. I mean, the Whittaker one isn't a bad one. I don't know, because if this really is his last fight, I would like, I don't know what, maybe like a Chris Weidman. Something like that, like that. That's not a bad one either. Like a big name, give you something nice to go out on.
I mean, is Weidman coming back?
According to him, he is. So we'll see. We'll see.
I guess it depends how quick Brunson wants to come back in. I suppose.
Yeah.
But. Yeah. See, I don't know. Yeah, Cannonier is probably gonna get that. I mean, I like that. I liked at the end, when he's doing the post-fight interview, and he was like, "Dana, look at me."
Yeah, calling for it, right?
Give me that fight. Give it to me. I'm like, yeah, there you go. That's how you do it.
That is how you do it. Yeah.
And then Izzy at the end calls him out. And it's just perfect. So odds are that's the next fight for Cannonier. Good on Cannonier. Had a good showing. I mean, that's the kind of show Sean Strickland needed to have on his fight.
Definitely. Yeah, Cannonier really pulled ahead of Strickland with that one.
Yeah.
Because it was kind of between them two. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get it. Yeah. Then.
But yeah, if I'm Brunson, I mean, I want my last fight to be the big money fight. So that's where I'd be looking for.
Yeah, that's why I just don't know. Like, maybe you go up to light heavyweight, try to get something, but I don't know what else you'd have up there. But yeah, for a go out one, I think you could do worse than Chris Weidman, I'd say. Then your fourth fight on the main card, Renato Moicano defeated Alexander Hernandez by submission in round 2. Great fight for as long as it lasted.
Good fight. Yeah, they had a good back and forth. And I just think Renato just.
I saw a lot of people picking Hernandez, and I was just thinking, like, you guys are disrespecting Renato Moicano's hands. Like, you're all forgetting, like, Renato Moicano will drop people.
I was picking Hernandez going into that fight, mostly just because of how pissed off he was sounding. Just like you wanted to get that
the
fight
biggest
back.
Like. This guy is the most unapologetic douchebag in the world.
I know. Usually when you get like a super angry fighter going into a fight, they usually they'll kind of pull it off a lot of the time. So I was just like, all right, maybe he's pissed off enough. Maybe he'll get in here. Still a young dude, wants to show off something. But no, couldn't quite get it together.
Yeah, a bit too high level for Hernandez. Yeah. It's funny because Hernandez has kind of gotten fucked over his UFC career because he came in on short notice and knocked out Biel Dernush a while ago now, like a few years back. But he's had nothing but high level fights since then. Really, he's had a couple guys that were lower, and then he's like finished them. But he normally always gets put in these really high level. He didn't have the time to really like go up the ranks at lightweight. He was kind of just thrown on the wolves immediately. So I give him a lot of credit for that. But yeah, I think Renato Moicano was just a bit too high level for where he is right now.
I mean, also it just sucks for lightweight because highweight's such a fucking hard ass division.
So hard.
So as soon as you start going on that skid, I mean, you're not. It's just gonna be a hard time for you.
I mean, how many guys are on like 4 fight win streaks, 5 fight win streaks at lightweight right now? You know, and they're not even ranked.
Yeah, not a ton. But I mean, I don't know. It's fun. I mean, I feel bad for Alexander. I mean, he's still young enough to where he can definitely get a resurgence at some point.
And that kid's athletic as fuck. So like, back.
100%. But I don't know. If I'm Hernandez, I'm taking easy fights for a little bit.
Yeah, take guys that are only like just starting off their UFC career and stuff like that for a little while.
Yeah. Because I mean, because what is this now? Is this his third loss? Am I?
Hernandez, I know he was on. I think he had 2 wins coming into this one. So
Did
yeah, against some lower level guys. It's not his 3rd loss in a row or anything. It might be his 3rd loss overall in his UFC career. But yeah, seems to just be kind of hitting a wall once he gets to a certain level. Not to Marcano though, very good showing for him. Not to Marcano at lightweight has looked very good. I mean, not that he didn't look good at featherweight, but he's really filled out at lightweight and really been able to put together his striking with his submissions and all that. He's like a little bit bigger Jose Aldo, you know. It's really what he fights like.
Right. No, yeah, no, definitely. I'd agree with you on that one. Yeah, both these guys. I mean, once again, lightweight, hard division,
very hard.
So I'll be interested to see how this Renato does coming on up.
Yeah, I was thinking for Marcano now. We're gonna talk about it in a second, but Bobby Green. Bobby Green and Mountain Marcano. You know, you could do that. Both just had big wins on the same night, same division. Do that on like a co-main of a ESPN card or whatever, but that as an opener of a pay-per-view again. It'd be a great fight. Winner gets a shot at the top 15, maybe.
No, definitely. But I don't know if I want to risk that. I mean, Bobby Green is a fun fighter who will probably not see that title, contention.
Yeah, I don't. Here, I'll just read it out since we're gonna talk about it. Bobby Green defeated Nasrat Hasrap by unanimous decision and looked fucking incredible doing it.
Look fantastic.
Bobby Green, man. I've been watching Bobby Green for so long now, and he's looking better now than he ever has.
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, Bobby's so fun to watch fight.
Yeah, the shit talking, the hands, the speed, the head movement.
Yeah,
like people love good head movement. You know, that's why we all watch street fights. You know, because everyone.
I know it was amazing, man. He was just piecing up Nasrat.
Yeah,
like just piecing him up.
Talking to him too, loved it.
Oh, dude, it was fantastic. I was like, this is a fight. This is a fight, and this is what we're here for. And man, I don't know, man. Like Bobby Green, because he's won his last, was it
3 in a row? Maybe I know his last loss was to Fazee. So
yeah.
I think I can't remember. He knocked out Ala Quinta before this, and I think there was another win in between that and Fazee, but I could be wrong. Actually, we could just click on his name and find out, people. The internet. Let me see here. No, he did lose to Fazee right before the Ala Quinta one, which is nothing to be ashamed of, really. Rafael Fazee is like the top prospect at lightweight right now.
that was a good fight.
A great fight too, right? And Fazee has finished everyone else besides Bobby Green, so
100%. I mean, Bobby Green just a tough dude. Looks great. Looks super fast. Though.
Getting better too is the thing with Bobby Green, which you don't see a lot of guys in their mid-30s getting better, but he is.
Oh yeah, 100%. I know. I think Bobby's even said. I mean, he just wants to do like fun, big legend type fights. And
I'd really like John Anik calling for him to get a main event. That'd be fucking dope. Like, let's get Bobby Green a main event against anyone.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Like,
I mean, he's a main event guy. I mean, 100%.
I mean, have the interviews, the press conferences and stuff with Bobby Green. That'd be awesome. That'd be
fantastic.
How about 100%. Like do Bobby Green versus like a Tony Ferguson? That'd be fun. You know, I know that's like really high in the rankings, but it's like that. How fun would that be? You know,
that'd be a super fun fight. I mean, I'd like to see a Bobby Green fight most guys. Bobby Green looks good against most guys. I mean, wrestlers, strikers. I mean, he just looks good.
Really high level wrestling too, which he doesn't show off that much, but
and it's like, man, it's just fun fights for him. And definitely, I mean, if I'm a young dude, I'd want to try to get a win on Bobby Green.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good one to have in your resume, especially right now.
But it'd be hard to get but Bobby looked great. Nasrat sucks. You're in lightweight,
Good for him. He's only 26 though, and he has a lot of UFC experience for his age.
I mean, I hate to say this, but I mean, if you can't get past Bobby Green, you're probably not really going to get past many of those top.
Yeah, not yet. I'd go way back in the rankings if I'm Nasrat for now. Just sort of work your way back up for a while. Because, like I said, he's only 26, so who knows? 2-3 years from now, we could be talking about him being in the top 10, stuff like that.
100%.
Yeah, he's got nothing but time.
Good fight all in all, though. Just like, man,
great fight to open the card.
All 5 of these fights on this main card, I liked all of them.
Yeah. That's why I was so happy when they moved up the Renato Marcano, Alexander Hernandez, which I think they had the Kyler Phillips one on there before. Not that wasn't a good fight. That actually had a really fun finish, but it just flowed very well with that fight on there.
100%.
Then your main event for the prelims was Andre Arlowski defeating Jared Venenir by a split decision.
Arlowski,
man, coming back.
Bruh. It is. When was his first appearance? What was it? UFC 22, 23?
He's 43
like
right now. His first UFC fight was UFC 28 in November 17th, 2000. Crazy. 22 years ago, Sloan.
I know, man. He still looks good, man. Because I know for a minute there he was getting kind of like knocked out or whatever, wasn't looking too good. I thought he was gonna be done. But...
They kept giving him like the elite of the elite over and over again, and it was just like, oh god, we're just gonna send him to his grave early, huh?
But man, I think he's won his last 3 fights or something.
Let's see
3 or 4
here.
fights.
Yep,
like
3 fights in a row. Chase Sherman, Carlos Felipe, and now Jared Venenir.
Yeah, he's just beating. He's just beating these up and coming dudes, man.
And he just fights like it feels like every fucking weekend, you know.
I know, man. He just keeps going. I mean,
we probably got his next fight announced during the recording of this show, you know.
100%. He's got 55 fights that he's done.
Crazy.
33 wins.
I like the stat they threw out yesterday too, where if he didn't, he was out of the UFC for it was like 6 years or something like that. If he didn't do that, he'd have well over the most UFC fights.
That's absurd.
Yeah, what a insane man.
I mean, great for Arlowski. You know, keep it going. Go as long as you want, man.
Yeah, as long as you want. I mean, 43 now. I don't know how it never. I listened to Andre Arlowski interviews, and it never crosses his mind to retire anytime soon. It's like, no, I'm good. We'll just keep going here.
Yeah, that was fantastic. I feel bad for Jared because he's kind of an up and coming guy, and it kind of stings getting beat by an aging Arlowski, I have to say.
Yeah, that can't feel good when you're trying to become champ someday.
Yeah. So I don't know. A fun fight, good fight. Arlowski looked great.
Yeah, I suppose you put Arlowski somewhere in the rankings now, or give him someone in the rankings for. I mean, 3 fights in a row at heavyweight, like you kind of have to now.
That'd be fun. I mean, I don't see why he can't be the number 15 guy.
He should be come Monday when they do the rankings again. I'd imagine he'll be back up in there if he wasn't already. I'm not even entirely sure. But yeah, I don't think no one specifically I'd say next for Andre Arlowski, but it's Arlowski, man. He's gonna fight everyone.
Exactly. I mean, I don't know. I guess it depends on how the UFC wants to do it. I mean, again, you're in that kind of situation where you got this old veteran, probably, he's beating these up and coming dudes. It's like, are you the UFC? Do I want this guy to keep beating my up and coming guys when I know this guy is definitely not going to be in that title spot anytime soon? Not that he couldn't make it back, especially if he's got 3 wins in a row. But I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens with them.
Yeah, we'll see. It's just so hard when you get up there in the rankings and those guys hit so goddamn hard.
Yep. No, definitely. And I mean, Arlowski's not really finishing guys.
No. When was his last finish? Let me see here. Yeah, it's been a minute since he's finished anyone.
Yeah.
A long time. Actually, he hasn't finished anyone since Travis Brown back at UFC 187.
Yeah, that's a minute.
2015. So, yeah, I mean, he is kind of just becoming the decision guy at that weight class, but that's okay. Yeah. Get enough knockouts at heavyweight.
For sure.
Next fight then. Casey O'Neill defeated Roxanne Ferry by unanimous decision. Roxanne's final retirement fight here.
Yep. Final fight. Roxanne, she looked good. She looked like she always does. Yeah. Super tough.
You can always judge like what level these other girls are at when they fight Roxanne, and Casey O'Neill, not quite there yet, I don't think. She was getting kind of hit a lot from Roxanne. Right. Not that that's a bad thing. I mean, Roxanne was just coming forward constantly like a fucking zombie in this fight. So but I thought Casey O'Neill looked good for how young she is.
I gotta say, I kind of felt bad for her a little bit that her first fight she had to have Bisping on as a commentator.
Why? Bisping was giving it to her? I don't remember this.
Oh man, I feel like he was just like kind of shit on her. He kept doing that thing where he was like, he was like, not to sound disrespectful or anything, but watching her is kind of like watching a beginner.
Oh, towards Roxanne. Yeah.
Like, she's like hitting her with things she shouldn't be hitting her with.
She's like, he's sitting there like, when a beginner comes in and starts hitting you a little bit, this is what Roxanne's like.
Yeah, I'm just sitting there. I'm like, I'm so sorry, Roxanne, that you got Bisping as your last commentator.
I mean, to be fair, like Roxanne does look like the most like unathletic fighter when you actually watch her fight. Not that she is, but like it does just look like awkward striking, where it's like this looks like your first day of kickboxing class. Yeah. But not that she's bad. I mean, dude, clearly Roxanne Modafferi is like one of the greatest women fighters of all time. I mean, she's been around since like 2003, so it's she's fought everyone too.
No, 100%. And it's like, I mean, I'm not saying those, the comments, weren't necessarily inaccurate, but I was just like, for your final fight, I'm sure you would rather
shut up, Bisping.
Shut the fuck up, Bisping.
You don't gotta go into there, like, just gotta watch this back, like, oh great, Bisping's just talking shit about me the whole time.
Like, oh great, thanks.
I'll miss Roxanne Modafferi though. I've always enjoyed her interviews and stuff, even if her fights were never that great. I remember the Macy Barber one for the rest of my life. Like that was a great time, and
100%.
Completely upsetting Macy Barber like that will always be a memorable thing to me.
If I'm Macy Barber, I'm so upset about that fight.
Every day. You're still mad about that one, right? You're never gonna be able to get that back either,
No, it was like, well, here we go. I mean, I always liked Roxanne, just the fact that she would always come in with like the Super Saiyan wig. Like anybody that does Dragon Ball Z stuff, I'm always rooting for. Usually, most of the time, I'm like, oof.
She used to live in Japan for a while. She was like an English teacher there. Yeah, I always like listening to her stories and stuff because she's got a lot of cool like underground MMA fights. Back in like the early 2000s. When women were barely ever doing this. So
that was awesome.
Very cool. But Casey O'Neill though, continuing to rise up the ranks here. She's very young. She needs to slow it down. I think like.
Oh yeah.
Because she's only like 24, and now she's gonna be ranked in like almost the top 10, top 12 at least. I forget what Roxanne was ranked exactly.
If I am her, I am avoiding Shevchenko for as long as possible.
Oh yeah, I mean she was even talking about it in an interview the other day. Is like she's not ready for Shevchenko yet. She's still a few years off from that, and it's just like, but you keep winning at this weight class, they will give you Shevchenko.
I mean, the problem is she's also undefeated, and for girls, that's like there's not a lot of those. So the UFC is looking at that definitely.
She's good on the mic as well. Fairly attractive, I will say. All the things UFC wants to push you, and like they will push you. That's why I'm saying you got to slow down a little bit because it's just
can't let them do it. Just get some more fights in there.
It's unfortunate too because like these fighters, they need to make money and they need to fight to make money. So it's like I got to keep fighting, but I don't want to be pushed too hard and get into a Shevchenko fight too quickly. So I don't know. It's I don't envy her. It's a hard thing to balance.
100%. And I mean, if I'm in that flyweight division, I mean, what is it? The next fight I want, give me Macy Barber.
See, that's not a bad one. Something like that. Get out of the. It's hard though too, because like I feel like the girls from where Roxanne is and like the next people that are like 5 ranked above Roxanne, I feel like they're all at that same level. So I keep saying Casey O'Neill would probably beat a lot of them, and it's like I could see her getting a win over like who's the number 7 ranked girl there right now. I got the rankings pulled up.
Joanna Wood.
Oh, see, that's a good fight actually because they have some beef between them two, so like I could see them making that. But like, see, I could see Casey O'Neill beating Cynthia Calvillo or Jessica Ai or Andrea Lee. And it's okay, all you need to do then after that is beat probably one more, and then you're probably in a title fight. So it's like, oof, I don't know.
Man, if I'm her, I'm just fighting the next girl above me every time.
Yeah, try to do that.
This one, then this one, then this one.
And she doesn't seem like the type of girl that will deny fights either. So like I could see UFC like, here's the number 5 girl on a main event of that ESPN card, and she'll take it, and it's just like, damn, you're getting a title shot after that. That's not good.
You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful because I mean, Shevchenko is still absurd, and I don't as good as Casey has looked. I don't.
She's not at that level, not yet. And it's only 24 either. No one expects you to be.
100%.
Yeah.
I would I would say if I'm looking for a girl, just like probably that like test right before I fight Shevchenko would probably be Andrade or Jennifer Maya, one of those
Andrade
kind
is
of
very high
girls.
level too. I feel like
Yeah,
Andrade is like the second girl
yeah,
there, and that's
yeah.
even Caitlin Jokagan, she's up there too. Like that's a hard fight too.
I mean, you can honestly say in that division, Shevchenko and Andrade are probably the same as Whittaker and Izzy, the same
Yeah, it
as
might be.
Colby and Usman.
Yeah, it very well could be, especially what
Mm.
Andrade did to Chokagan anyway. So
Yeah,
I don't know. Tough division right now to get in there.
yeah. Definitely. I'd probably say that flyweight division could be maybe the toughest women's division right now.
I think it's starting
Yeah.
to, but I've always
Yeah.
thought this division will end up being the best
Mm.
women's division at some
Right.
point, just because we see so many girls dropping down from bantamweight and so many
Right.
going up from strawweight. I
Right.
think eventually it'll fill out to be the best, but
Right.
not quite yet.
Right. Getting there, if anything.
Definitely. Next up then, Kyler Phillips defeated Marcelo Rojo by submission, triangle armbar, round 3.
That was a good fight.
Good fight. I
Good
missed
fight.
part of this one, so I
Did you?
didn't see the whole thing, but I did see the finish.
Mm-hmm.
Great triangle.
They had a good back and forth. I was kind of going into the fight. I was thinking Rojo was gonna win, but Kyler Phillips, man, I mean, you look good. I mean,
Very awkward style Phillips is on
yeah,
his own now.
I know, 100%. And yeah, I don't know.
Good for him getting back on track though. He lost to the guy O'Malley beat. I can't remember his name, Julian Paiva. Before this, so yeah. I know Kyler Phillips got a lot of hype around him.
Yeah, he's couple fights I've seen him in. He's been a lot of fun. He's just been a fun bantamweight, fighter to watch fight. So I'll be interested to see kind of where he goes from here, going on up. Because that bantamweight division's looking pretty tough itself.
Bantamweight. This is the year where bantamweight. Like we'll be talking about bantamweight as being the best division by the end of this year. I think as long as the title.
I can see that happening.
Yeah, that division is just on fire. Really.
Yeah, definitely.
And
yeah, fun fight, good fight. I mean, Kyle Fellows got the win. I'm even trying to remember the fight a little bit right now. I'm forgetting a little bit of it, but I feel like if I remember correctly, I feel like Rojo I think had that first round. But then Kyler definitely got into like that second and third round, looking really good.
Cool.
But it's good fight.
Phillips, yeah. Next one then, Carlos Ulberg defeated Fabio Chanat by unanimous decision. Carlos, whatever the hell this guy's name is, he's Izzy's training partner. Which was cool. A couple of Izzy's training partners on here.
Carlos looked fantastic. Yeah, I've seen
big guy. Dude's fucking jacked. I'm like, oh.
Well, I saw him in Contender Series, and I saw his first fight in the UFC.
Oh, was he on Contender Series? Is that what he was on?
That's where he came from, was Contender.
Cool.
And then I saw his first. I think this was the second, maybe third fight in the UFC.
Is it? Okay. Yeah, I don't remember him at all, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. I want to say it's the second, but it might be his third.
I like the fact they threw out there that he was supposed to be on The Bachelor for New Zealand like twice or something. It's like, good-looking guy.
He's a good-looking guy, and I mean, for light heavyweight, he seems fun, and if he keeps winning like this, I mean, light heavyweight could definitely use a guy like this, kind of going up in the rankings. I feel.
Yeah,
and
I feel like light
heavyweight looked great.
Light heavyweight over the years. I mean, it used to early UFC was all about light heavyweight. Like that was the lightweight division now,
Yeah. No, definitely.
And light heavyweight has really just fallen off ever since, John Jones came in and just dominated the whole division. And then, it does feel like one of the weaker divisions right now. So the more new up and comer guys we can get in there, the better.
Especially now that John is out of it.
Yeah.
And so now you just got John's leftovers.
And it still kind of feels like that, you know. We really haven't moved on from there. I know Glover's doing his thing; he's still champ. But John even has a win over Glover, so it's still kind of.
I think light heavyweight they need Jiri to win.
Yeah, I think that'll very much help.
I think that'll kind of give. That'll kind of give
because that guy, man, he could headline any pay per view, and everyone's gonna love the fights, because
100%.
He's like Justin Gaethje. Like you throw him on there, it's gonna be a wild fight.
Exactly. So that'd be fun. And that's Carlos Ulberg. I mean, he looked good. I had him winning going into this fight because his stand up looks fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, City Kickboxing. They're some next level strikers there. They really understand striking for MMA too.
I mean, that gym's making waves. I hear that they might be coming over to America now just because of how ridiculous their COVID
Yeah, I don't. They've been
restrictions
talking about
are.
moving to America, or then moving to
Yeah.
Australia or something like that. So I don't. Or hopefully it starts lightening up in New Zealand. I know the restrictions are just like really intense over there for COVID.
It sounds like they're not lighting up anytime soon.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do. Especially Izzy's talking about trying to get 4 title defenses in this year. So it's just like you're gonna have to figure out something.
No, yeah, 100%. I mean, because that's city kickboxing, man. They got so many good guys coming out of there right now. I mean, that gym is just slowly just kind of taking over a little bit. There's a lot of guys coming out of there that are looking super good.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Next fight then. Ronnie Lawrence defeated Lumena Martinez by unanimous decision. Was this the really good one? This was the really good one. Okay.
Yeah,
this fight was awesome. Where he kept dropping him. He dropped them a few times, like each round. Yeah, that was a great fight.
Dude, man, because Ronnie was piecing them up those first 2 rounds. I kind of feel like, but then that 3rd round when Mana started coming back, oh my god.
Yeah,
I was like, this is a fight. Oh, this is a fucking fight.
I thought this won fight of the night, but this did not win fight of the night. We'll get to the fight of the night in a couple minutes, but this was definitely up there.
Ooh, I thought I was gonna win fight of the night personally.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. That fight was a hell of a fight.
Yeah, great fight, great showing, great placement on the card again with this one.
Oh, 100%. I mean, they both looked amazing. They both just looked so good.
Yeah, he kept dropping them with that, just like a little overhand right each time, and he kept, or he would switch stances and then come in and then drop them. Yeah, and it just felt like every time Ronnie was touching him, he was just dropping them over and over. A lot of heart though for Martinez.
Oh, 100%.
Kept getting up.
Even Ronnie. I mean, you showed it too.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Both these guys. I mean, bantamweight, man. Bantamweight is gonna be a fun division.
Keeps going. Man. We're getting so many now too. You know, it's like once you could start naming guys outside of the rankings in there, it's like, oh, this guy's hype. This guy's hype. This guy's hype.
Yeah,
definitely. Now we really got this division
that Mana guy. He looked big for that division too.
He did, yeah. Definitely.
So
that's the thing about bantamweights too. A lot of guys, especially nowadays with how good they're getting at weight cutting, you know, we're seeing so many guys able to make lower weight classes. We're just getting bigger and bigger.
For sure. So yeah, I mean, these guys are gonna be fun. Just both. I mean, they're both like. I think Ronnie was a little older. I think he was 31 or something. But Mana, I think was only like 25, 26 or something.
Yeah, something like that. Young guy coming out of that the James Krause gym. So
yeah, was James Krause? I mean, he's been having some pretty decent guys.
That guy, man, what an incredible coach. Honestly, like you don't see a lot of active fighters that are that high level coaches, but you know, James Krause is one of the few.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, he's been having some pretty decent success with some of his guys coming up.
For sure.
So yeah, that'll be fun. It'll be fun seeing where they go. I know Ronnie's probably. I think after this, probably looking to try to break into that ranking. If I had to guess,
it'd be tough at bantamweight right now. You know,
there's
just so many guys. I mean, I don't even know who's even in the rankings there right now. Like, what's number?
I want to say most of those guys in the rankings already kind of have like a fight.
Yeah, so you got like a Sensao and Sodney Don right there at 14, 15, and I mean those are 2 very high level guys right there. So yeah, it's incredibly hard at bantamweight right now.
100%.
Next fight then, Jacob Malkoun defeated AJ Dobson by unanimous decision. Great fight. Dobson looked good in that first round, and then Malkoun really came back and put it on him.
Yeah, really. I thought, I'm gonna be honest. This whole fight card seemed kind of interesting because it seemed very wrestling heavy, especially in those like prelims fights.
It was a lot of like wrestler versus striker, your traditional.
Yeah. There was quite a bit of that because that's definitely how this fight just kind of felt. At a certain point, just AJ Dobson, great striker, looking good, and then you had Jacob Malkoun. He just implemented his wrestling plan, just looked fucking strong.
And he was really getting clipped in that first round. That 1-2 Dobson was throwing over and over again, kept landing him. I think he dropped them a couple times in the first, maybe just once. But yeah, Malkoun coming out of that Robert Whittaker camp as well, looking strong. Set up the game plan that it was like a Whittaker versus Izzy. That's kind of what it looked like. Tall black guy, fucking another guy who looks exactly like Whittaker. Yeah, it really was like that. If only Whittaker copied his game plan a bit more,
100%. He should have followed Jacob.
Yeah, Malkoun shot for more takedowns than you did,
100%. It was a fun fight though. I'll be honest. As fun as a fight as it was probably, in my opinion, one of the more boring fights of the night.
Sure. Yeah, the first round was very good. Then it kind of, he started wrestle fucking him a bit. But you gotta do what you gotta do to win.
You gotta get that win, of course. But it was a fun fight. Good on Jacob. That middleweight division could use a little bit more people. Kind of
there's not too many. Like we were just talking about, outside of bantamweight, we can name so many guys out of the rankings. And then middleweight, it's like there's not too many guys out of the rankings that we're all talking about.
Yeah, 100%. But it's a good fight. So let's see where those guys go from now.
Then the next fight, Sloan. This was the fight of the night, or at least this one fight of the night. It was Douglas Silva de Andrade versus Sergey Mazarov. I'll go with that. This was a good fight. That was a very good fight. How many times Douglas got dropped in that first round, and then he came back? I know. He got dropped 3 times in the first. Yeah.
I thought Sergey had it. I thought he had
I did too.
I thought he had
Honestly, I don't remember exactly what happened to Sergey. Like, it didn't look like he got tired. I just remember he just got clipped a couple times, right?
I think he just got clipped. I think that's just what happened.
Crazy.
He got clipped, and he just couldn't recover, and was it Douglas just took advantage of it and just got that win. Because after that first round, I was like, Sergey's got this.
Oh, he did too. He had it.
Yeah. I was like, he's got this. But Douglas, I mean, just getting that submission right there and towards was the middle of round 2. It's like, oh my lord.
He was freaking out too at the end of that.
Oh yeah. And
well deserved, because that was a real comeback moment for him.
Oh, 100%. Because Sergey was just looking so good. Because my whole entire time I was just like, you don't mess with these crazy hat guys. You don't mess with the guys.
He did have the animal hat.
With these wild hats,
If they're from some Russian country you can't pronounce and have a crazy animal hat on, don't fuck with them. Don't fuck with them.
Don't fuck with them. And after that first round, I was like, I was right.
Don't fuck with them.
Don't fuck with them. But then I was like, Douglas came in. It was great. I mean, I was like, good on Douglas. Fantastic for him.
Yeah, and another one for the bantamweight division, man.
Exactly. I mean, this bantamweight division is
I'm telling you, end of the year we're gonna be talking about it like we talk about lightweight.
It's getting exciting. It's getting very exciting. So I'll be both these guys. I mean, I like to see both of them come up. I mean, it seems like Douglas has been around for a little bit.
Yeah, he has. He was on a crazy win streak at some point, and then let me see here. Yeah, he was on a 22 fight win streak, and then he made his UFC debut in 2014. Lost that, and then he's only lost to the top though. He lost to this guy that's Habib's training partner. Then he's lost to Rob Font, Peter Yan, and Leon Murphy, who's that's the top of the division right there. So
yeah, definitely not too many people have really beaten Peter Yan.
So unfortunately for him, he is 36. So it's kind of like he's on a 2-fight win streak now. So this is kind of your last run.
He needs to keep the streak going.
Yeah, especially at bantamweight, because it's gonna be the older you get, and the lower weight class you are, the harder it is to compete.
Right. But honestly, I don't know if he'll be able to do it, because honestly, this fight, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like he just got a little lucky.
Yeah, he was getting clipped a lot.
Yeah, I think he just had a good chin, managed to survive that first round, and just managed to clip Sergey. Sergey probably just kind of extended himself too much and got clipped, and there we go.
Yeah.
And on the ground, submitted, and boom.
Yeah, that's what happens. Bantamweight though, incredibly exciting. Great fight though.
Because he got choked out too, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
there's a couple fights in a row where guys went to sleep.
Yeah, you went nighty night.
Yeah.
Like, going to dreamland.
I always love it when you freak people out and their eyes roll back, If you've never seen fights before and you're in the room, you're like, Jesus.
Like, oh, no. I know. Daniel came and watched the fights with us. He saw that.
Oh, yeah. Did he cry?
I was like, wow.
See Daniel's puking in a bucket.
He almost puked when Ty was doing the shoeies.
That'll get him to puke. And then next fight, Jeremiah Wells defeated Mike Mothra by rear naked choke round. Another fight where someone went to sleep.
Old Blood Diamond.
Oh yeah, this was Blood Diamond. That's his name. Wait, what was his real name? Did I just read it?
Yeah, it was Mike.
Mike Mothra. Okay, Mothra. That was it. Okay. I thought he officially changed his name to Blood Diamond. What a I don't know like what that name means or anything. I saw that Leonardo DiCaprio movie like a while ago, so I can't remember what exactly is around that name, but I don't.
It was funny because they just put that movie on Netflix. I watched it the other night.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Came in to watch the fight. I was like, "Those guys is Blood Diamond."
Oh, I thought you watched it in preparation for this guy.
Yeah, I was getting ready for it. I was like, "Oh, look,
gotta do my research." I thought Leonardo DiCaprio was gonna walk out when they said it. Stupid name. I gotta be honest. Like, don't.
I felt bad for the guy. I'm not gonna lie. Cause I know what I think. What Izzy is one of the guys Izzy knew. I know Izzy was hyping him up.
This guy trains at
hardcore
kickboxing.
Yeah, it's hyping up hardcore. And honestly, the beginning of the fight was kind of funny because it's kind of started like like if your controller batteries died out or something.
Was this the one where the guy ran to the side of the cage?
Like went to the side of the cage. And then, like, Blood Diamond came up to him.
It was so like, what are you doing? Like, where are you going?
Yeah, it's like the fight's this way, buddy, not that way.
Okay, what about he just hopped over the cage, started running out. Like, I'm good.
But this was like the definition of getting wrestle fuck.
Yeah,
was this fight? Because I feel so bad for Blood Diamond. He didn't get to show a single fucking thing.
No, not at all.
All he shows he can't.
They were hyping him up so hard too. Like, oh, this guy has like 100 kickboxing fights. He doesn't even know the number of his actual record. You can't even find it. And I'm just like, oh god, this guy.
They were going hard. The next thing you know, I don't think he even like barely swung anything. He just on the ground, couldn't show. He can't wrestle, can't grapple, and just got dominated by Jeremy Wells.
Yeah,
but Jeremy Wells looked fucking strong. Like he was forcing that takedown.
Yeah, this kid's a good prospect. I don't know his exact record, but he's strong, athletic, got really good wrestling apparently. So we'll see where he goes from here.
I mean, big, strong wrestling in welterweight.
Sounds like a welterweight for you, you know.
He'll fit right in.
Big things from him. Then our last fight, Maxine Grishin defeated William Knight by unanimous decision. William Knight
looked good.
He did.
Going into this fight, I was thinking William Knight was going to win this fight, but William Knight didn't look like he could. Really.
I know he filled in on short notice, but I don't know if he got like any sort of training in for this kid because he missed weight by more than anyone in UFC history has ever had. He missed weight by 13 pounds. Yeah, he set the record now for the most biggest weight.
I didn't see that.
And it seemed like the only reason Grishin even kept the fight on was he got 40% of his purse of William Knight's purse. And then B, he missed weight by like 6 pounds in his last fight. So I'm thinking he was just like, well, okay, I'll give it to him.
He's just like, we'll go with it.
And good on him, because like neither of these guys should be fighting at heavyweight probably. They both look a little small for that, especially William Knight. I mean, with how short and stocky that guy is. But good on Grisham here. He looked good.
Yeah, man. Grisham just looked fantastic.
Yeah, tall. I mean, put in like the perfect game plan for a guy like Knight, big, stocky, short guy like that. You really want to stay back, use your kicks, use that jab.
Yeah, he just looked fantastic. I mean, he just even looked stronger when they got to the clinch positions. Like he just looked like he was out strengthening William Knight.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just he just looked good.
I feel a little bad for William Knight because he did say he did. He was just trying to save the fight because I think he filled in on like 2 weeks' notice or something like that. And it's like he's kind of getting shit on a lot now for missing weight. But again, 12 pounds is kind of inexcusable. That's like, did you try?
I mean, William Knight's a big fucking dude.
He is.
I mean, he's not like the tallest dude, but he's like.
Oh, those legs though, like
dude,
it's bigger in my head.
So he probably does have a hard time cutting weight, if I had to imagine.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, getting down to 205 can't be fun for him.
Oh, yeah. And I'm sure he was big before he accepted this fight, if I had to guess.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, because it was 2 weeks out. So, yeah, tough go at it for William Knight. Yeah. But both good prospects. Good on Grisham.
No, for sure.
Sloan, we'll now move on to some recent fight announcements. Starting off with Charles Oliveira versus Justin Gaethje. He's official for UFC 274 on May 7th.
Can't wait.
We also have Glover versus Yuri on that card. I'm wondering which one will be the main and what will be the co-main on that one. Because like logically, they normally do the heavier weight class is the main, But I feel like Oliveira Gaethje is the bigger fight, so I don't know. I don't know which one they're gonna have at the head of that slot.
I'd probably say Gaethje.
Gaethje, yeah, probably. Which would be funny because I guess lightweight ever since McGregor came in has been the prime division. So I guess you do try
100%.
to put that at the top, but
100%. I mean, respect-wise, you'd probably give Glover the main, the headlining card.
You're right. I mean, Oliveira Gaethje does sell more pay-per-views at the top than Glover.
And more people are gonna want to watch that fight than Glover versus Jiri.
Yeah, two fantastic fights though. What a card that's gonna be,
100%. Oh no, I can't wait for that. Can't wait for that at all.
This is the pay-per-view that we have laid out that I'm most excited for right now.
No, that should be a good one. I don't know. I think I'm still probably a little more excited for 272.
Are you? Yeah, you're really hyped on that one?
I mean, I've been wanting to see Colby versus Masvidal for a minute now.
We'll talk about it in a bit, but I'm a little bit more down on that card than you are. But we'll get there. We'll get there.
There's some fun fights on that card. There's a couple of people on that card. I'm pretty stoked to see fight.
Interesting. But yeah, Oliveira Gaethje, great fight. I don't know how this is gonna go. Before the Poirier fight, I would have told you Gaethje knocks out Oliveira. I don't know, man. Oliveira just looks so good recently, and his chin's there, his striking's there. I don't know.
I know. Odds are, I'd probably have to go with Oliveira winning that fight.
Yeah, you think so? Think he drops him, then subs him, because that's probably the most likely.
Yeah, I don't know. That's just kind of how I see it at this point. Like, Gaethje has the chance to win. Like, he's gonna bring a fight. He's gonna make it dirty. And honestly, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. We haven't seen Oliveira fight too many super dirty fights.
I mean, the Chandler fight, right? He got dropped how many times in that? Even the Poirier fight, man. He was getting clipped up in that first round too. And he's come back from both of those is the thing, which is like.
But it's not like a Gaethje dirty.
Sure, Gaethje got that fuck you power though too.
And his leg kicks are insane.
Yeah. Oh, the leg kicks. But will Oliveira go for a takedown on one of those? Is my thing, Because I think out of Chandler, Poirier, Gaethje, I think Gaethje has the worst grappling, worst submission defense out of those three. So I think it'll be the easiest for Oliveira to submit him over those two.
Sure. Well, it stinks too because, Gaethje has some pretty good takedown defense, but lately we haven't been seeing that as much.
Yeah,
but
it's there, right? It's just most guys don't get a chance because the fight's so chaotic. It's like you don't even shoot for a takedown because you don't got time.
I mean, if anything, it's going to be a fun fucking fight.
Oh, I mean, definitely.
I really don't know any Gaethje fight that wasn't fucking fun.
There isn't.
I mean,
there really isn't. Go watch this.
It's like,
if you want to be entertained and you want to know what MMA is all about, go watch Justin Gaethje's UFC career or just his career as a whole. That'll be the most entertaining time you ever had.
Fun ass fucking time. And so I'll be excited to see that fight. I'll probably go Oliveira winning that fight, but I mean Gaethje has a chance.
Yeah, I really. I want before I am dead, Sloan. I want Justin Gaethje, Conor McGregor so badly. I want that. I just think that fight would be so fantastic.
I would love to see Gaethje get the title.
Yeah,
I mean, I really would. I would like to see him win the title, be the champ.
Once every 6 months, we get a Justin Gaethje title defense. Like, who wouldn't want that? Who wouldn't want to live in that world? You know what I mean?
That'd be amazing. It'd be amazing.
If we could get Yuri and Justin Gaethje to have titles at the end of that night, the world will just be okay. I feel like world peace will consume the world.
You know what I would love? I would love if Oliveira won this fight, and then Khabib decided he wanted to come back for that last fight and get that Oliveira fight.
He just sounds so like he'll never do it every time he's asked.
No, I know.
It's like, come on, man. You're only 33. You got to come back for one more. You're 29-0. How do you just retire? Come on.
I know. The 30-0. I don't like the 29. The 29 bothers me.
Who does? Like, it's so dumb. It's so just...
Look, I think you should have retired after the 30. If you got the 30, you should have retired then.
Yeah,
if you got the 100%. Retire then, but the 29, it's like the number bothers me. I'm just looking at it.
It's such a terrible.
And I'm like, round it off. Please.
Even Floyd went to 50. You know what I mean? Like he didn't retire at 49. You know, he got just do someone easy then, Habib. You know, like go fight 100%. Jake Paul or some shit. You know,
100%. But it'd be nice if you did the Oliveira fight, because at least Oliveira is somebody you didn't fight.
Yeah, and it's the questionable one too, right? Like Oliveira has a completely different style than Habib's last 3 title defenses.
Exactly, and if Oliveira beat Gaethje, then it's like Oliveira beat all the dudes could be beat.
Yeah, except McGregor at that point. But it's like, I mean, McGregor lost to Poirier, so it doesn't really even matter.
So it's like it just gives such a good just storyline right there. Because it's funny because I mean that's what I'm saying about like light heavyweight. Why I feel like Jiri needs to win the light heavyweight division, so that way we have like a fresh champ. That's kind of like what Oliveira was for lightweight a little bit.
Yeah,
somebody Khabib hasn't beaten. Who has come
You're
in,
right. It doesn't lightweight doesn't feel like it's in Habib's shadow. Like light heavyweight feels like it's in John Jones.
Yeah,
yeah.
Because you have a guy who is showing the dominance that Khabib kind of showed in terms of just the guys he's beating. You know?
I mean, Poirier, he beat Poirier more impressively than Khabib did, honestly. You know, I guess he was getting clipped up in the first round, and Khabib wasn't, but like after that, he was kind of dominating Poirier and got the finish. You know, so
for sure. So, you know, it's fun. It's fun, and you know, and Oliveira is a good guy too. You know, I like to see, you know, kind of, you know,
not that Oliveira is very entertaining himself as well too. I just think he's fighting the most entertaining fighter there is right now.
Yeah, definitely. So it'll be fun. It'll be fun going into that fight. Yeah, I can't wait. I mean, it's gonna be fun. I just love watching Gaethje fight.
Yeah,
me too. My favorite fight last year was him versus Chandler.
May 7th. Mark it down on your calendar. It's gonna be a fun night.
Gonna be a good one.
Then we got a main event for Fight Night on March 26th. It's going to be Curtis Blaydes versus Chris Daukaus. Which is a bit weird because Chris Daukaus coming off that loss to Lewis. Curtis Blaydes coming off a big win over Marcin Tybura, I believe.
Yeah, I think it's good for Daukaus trying to get back in there quick.
Yeah, I mean, certainly when this contract came through, Daukaus must have been happy, right? Yeah. Like, you know, oh, cool, another main event. Thank God. They're giving me another chance here.
Yeah, definitely. And Curtis Blaydes, I mean, oof.
Kind of just seems like Blaydes is taking this one because there's no one else right now, you know?
Again, I feel bad for Blaydes because he's not getting a title shot anytime soon. I mean, he's already fought Ngannou twice.
No. I mean, especially if John Jones actually comes up, you know? Like, it's going to be a very long time for Curtis Blaydes. Luckily, he's still, I think he's like 29, so he's still very much on the younger side, especially at that heavyweight division.
I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see Curtis Blaydes have his contract go up and he ends up going over somewhere else.
Really? Oh man, that'd be such a.
Because it would suck.
He honestly might be the best heavyweight in the world. Like I know he keeps getting caught when he fights the elite, you know, like the Lewis fight and stuff like that. But it's like he honestly might beat everyone with how good his wrestling is.
No, for sure, and it just sucks because I don't see him get into that title spot anytime soon.
I don't think they'll want him because he's not the most entertaining fighter. When you watch him, like the wrestling, I mean, it's great for him, but like it's not the most entertaining to watch.
Well, the thing that sucks is that he doesn't have like another wrestler to give a good match with, right? It's just like, you know, he's just gonna
no one on that level, you know, except maybe Stipe. Like Stipe does have very good wrestling, but
now John, on the other hand, like that fight, John has fantastic wrestling.
Yeah, great takedown defense too. I think John has only been taken down like a small handful of times throughout his whole career.
them fighting would probably be the most fun fight Curtis Blaydes has right now.
Yeah.
If I had to, you know, kind of think just that top heavyweight kind of contention.
At least competitive wise, right?
Yeah.
It's like I'm saying, a lot of these guys, man, like if Curtis Blaydes fought Ty, I see Curtis Blaydes winning that. If Curtis Blaydes fought Ciryl Gane, I see Curtis Blaydes winning that, you know? A lot of these guys.
See, the thing that sucks is that a lot of the fights I think Curtis Blaydes has been in, because I even saw him beating Ngannou. You know, to be honest.
On that second time,
But he keeps getting clipped. Like this is what sucks about
heavyweights, man.
Curtis Blaydes. He just keeps getting clipped, and it sucks because it's like a lot of the times I feel like he's winning those fights, but it's just boom, he's out. There we go.
He's gonna have to. One of these days, he will get a shot at one of those guys again, like one of those big, either Stipe, Ngannou, or Lewis, or something like that. He's just gonna have to get over that hump of not getting clipped by one of the elite of the elite, you know?
I know. It stinks because it's like, oof. Because like he should have beaten Derrick Lewis, but Derrick Lewis just
I mean, he was winning that fight until that second round, right?
Yeah. It's like, man.
And it's never, it's always so brutal too, you know? When that uppercut from Lewis is just nasty.
I know. Well, it sucks too because you also got to think about like, you know, how much more can he take of that? Because he's been knocked out a couple of times.
Yeah.
I mean, unfortunately, the more that happens, it's not like your chin gets stronger.
No, it just gets worse, honestly.
Yeah. So it's like, even though he's a younger dude, he's already been knocked out.
Heavyweights, I don't know, something about, I mean, we're just talking about Arlowski, right? There's something magical about heavyweights where they just keep going,
No, I say that Arlowski was getting knocked out. Now he's not. He's been looking great. So it's like
43, nuts.
Yeah, so it's like, who really knows, to be honest. Like, Curtis could honestly put on a couple more pounds, maybe, because he honestly seems,
I mean, he's been getting slender and slender each fight almost. I mean, he used to have a bit of a gut, not really anymore. He's got abs.
Yeah, definitely.
But for this fight, I think he wins. I don't know how good Chris Dawkins' takedown defense is, and I know Chris Dawkins, I mean, he hits hard certainly, but I don't think it's not Derrick Lewis, Francis Ngannou type power.
I mean, I think this is just the story of all of Curtis Blay's fights. Curtis Blay is most likely skill-wise could win the fight, but Dawkins might just end up knocking him out.
Yeah,
when he goes for
maybe already be there. Big main event. This is one of the first fight nights to be outside of the Apex as well. This one's in Ohio, so.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
So
cool.
Good on Curtis Blaze for getting this main event. It's a good card as well. So.
I mean, Curtis Blaze is like he's ranked number 4. I mean, he's like he's up there.
Definitely. I mean, this is only gonna keep him up there too. So. Like I said, though, Ty, avoid this fight. Don't take it. They ever offer you this one, don't take it. I mean, you could clip him, but it's just like, oof.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, Ty could be drunk. He could accept the fight.
That'll happen. I was pissed when I took the fight. Like, okay, Ty, that's probably not the best idea. Okay, Slow. We're not gonna discuss all the main events until the next pay-per-view. We only got a couple. Unfortunately, though, this first one, UFC Fight Night 201, is now Johnny Walker versus Jamal Hill, February 19th. It was supposed to be Rafael dos Santos versus Rafael Fazee. Yeah, I believe they said visa issues have now delayed that to the next pay-per-view.
Which sucks.
Yeah, this is a weak card. This is a... you look at this card, the lineup, it's a bad card, for sure.
It's... We'll see how it goes. It's had a bunch of canceled fights on it, too.
Yeah, it really has. This card has not been kind. The MMA gods have not favored this one.
Yeah, because, I mean, like Walker, one of those dudes, coming up, kind of had a bunch of hype around him, but kind of started losing. I think he won his last fight.
Yeah, let me pull it up here.
And Jamal Hill's been looking good.
So he lost to Thiago Santos in October. That was his last one. But then he knocked out Ryan Spann right before that. So yeah, it's a weird one. This clearly wasn't supposed to be the main event. This was kind of a weak card, even with Rafael dos Anjos versus Fazee on there. So
but that was kind of the fight that was making that card.
Yeah, it really was. I mean, that was the reason to watch. Now it's just it's a bad card for sure. I feel like UFC has very few cards that are just straight up bad, and this is one.
Yeah. Yeah, like the fights could could be fun, but
it'll be a fun main event, no doubt. Like, they're gonna, especially being in the main event. I feel like that'll give them a little bit of an extra push to at least go for it. But that won't save this card. I mean, you got Jim Miller on here as well, which is cool. Kyle Dawkins versus Jamie Pickett's on there. That's a good fight as well.
You got Buckley.
Yeah, Buckley's on here. I mean, there's some fun fights, no doubt. There's fun to be had, but it has just become a very weak card, unfortunately.
No, definitely. Well, we'll see how it goes. And I mean, unfortunately, that main event, that's not really gonna do a whole lot.
I mean, they can't be happy with how this card turned out.
Probably not. I don't imagine too many people turning into it, to be honest. But
yeah,
we'll see.
Next week, Sloan, we got a good one. Main event: BL Dariush versus Islam Makhachev. 5 rounds, lightweight, top contender fight here.
That's gonna be a fun fucking fight.
Yeah, I can't wait for this. I think I don't know if the grappling's gonna cancel each other out here, or if it's gonna be like a really good grappling match with scrambles and stuff. I really don't know how this is gonna go.
I don't know, man. As long as grappling seems like absurd.
Next level, right? I mean, it's the same thing. It's just Khabib again, right? That's kind of what it feels like. This is, in a weird way, this is the closest thing we will ever get to Khabib versus Tony Ferguson. That's kind of what they fight like.
No, 100%. I feel like, and honestly, Islam, I think, has the potential to even be maybe better than Khabib. And I don't know if I say that. It's just
could be, right?
I mean, the only reason I really say that is just the stand-up. I mean, Islam's stand-up is like significantly better than Khabib's was.
Yeah, it does. It doesn't. It looks much more patient and like put together than Khabib's ever did.
And, I mean, Islam has a bit of a different style with his wrestling. He does a lot more trips and stuff. You know, a lot more. You know. Whereas Khabib was more like, you know, he grind you to the cage, get you down. Islam seems like he can actually take you down in the middle of the cage a little bit, as well as use.
Seems like too Islam has learned a bit quicker than Khabib did. That you like go for the finish here too. You know, get the submission going. You know, with how quickly he put away Dan Hooker with that Kimura. It seems like Khabib didn't really start doing that until he already had the belt. So it seems like Islam has learned that lesson before he got the belt.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's what'll push you. That's what'll make you better is those finishes, right? Like Khabib was called. A lot of people don't remember this. Khabib was boring or considered boring before he had the title. You know, he would just 100%. Wrestle fuck guys and then get the decision. And then he started putting those finishes together, and he became a household name. I didn't
start liking Khabib's fights until after he fought Conor. To be honest.
Yeah, I mean most people did. It was the same thing.
Because I mean, honestly, the way he took care of Gaethje was like. You know, impressive.
Yeah, I mean, and how entertaining were Khabib's title defenses? You know, like those were all awesome fights. And if Islam can do that before he even gets the belt, he's gonna be a bigger name probably.
100%.
But I think this is the clear number one contender fight. Then you know, I like how we have this set up then because we have Charles Oliveira, Justin Gaethje, and then winner of that fights winner of this. I think.
No, 100%. I mean, Dariush, you know, not taking anything from Dariush. Dariush is look great.
Yeah, especially lately. I mean, he's on a 4-fight streak here, coming off that Tony Ferguson win, I believe.
He's looked fantastic.
Yeah, he's on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's on a 7-fight win streak. Much more than I thought.
A hell of a win streak. So I think this is going to be just a fun fight. It's going to be a tough fight. I think it's going to be Islam's toughest fight today.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with you. Dariush has great take on offense, and a lot of people forget this. Dariush has a lot of power in his hands as well.
Definitely.
So I'll be watching.
I'm sure going into the fight, Islam's going to be the favorite. And I hope people aren't sleeping on Dariush. Because I mean, there's a good chance he could win this fight.
There's a reason he's at top 5 in lightweight, which is the hardest division to do that in.
And one thing Islam has slightly going against him, he does have a loss. So he has been shown that he can be beaten.
Yeah.
That
time too, right?
Yeah. So we'll see what happens, right? But it should be a super fun fight. I think Islam will probably get the win, but I would not be surprised whatsoever if Dariush gets that win.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Dariush clips him. I'm gonna go Islam as well, but I don't know. How impressive will it be though if Islam go in there and finish this quickly? Get a quick submission over Dariush.
100%. I mean, if Islam just comes in, takes care of business.
Yeah, like he did against Hooker. Like if he does that again, then I think we're all gonna be calling him the best in the world until he gets the time.
If that happens, him going to the Oliveira fight, I'm like, he's beating Oliveira.
Yeah, he'll probably be the favorite going into that, the winner of Oliveira Gaethje, and which 100%. Is crazy to say. We literally might be looking at the next Khabib,
That's very possible. It's very possible. I think it's just gonna be a fucking awesome ass fight though. Like I'm gonna be excited. 'Cause a lot of Dariush's fight are fun as shit.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, all of his fights are fantastic as well. Yeah, this is gonna be a great one. A good main event to follow up the lackluster card of next week. Yeah, for sure.
Well, because honestly, the rest of the card seems alright. Like just to be honest, like the rest of it, I'm kind of looking at it as like.
I know Joel Alvarez versus that other guy. I forget his name is on there. I don't have it pulled up right now, but that's a very high level lightweight fight as well. That's on there. That's gonna be very fun. But yeah, other than that, not too much. A little bit of some downer pay-per-views in February, but both did have good main events until recently. We will now move on to the next pay-per-view, which is on. I didn't write down the date. What is it? March 4th.
March 5th.
March 5th. UFC 272. We'll start off with the co-main, which is now Rafael dos Santos versus Rafael Fazee, and it's gonna be a 5-round fight still, which is awesome. I hope UFC gets more into this 5-round co-mains. Let's not just the Diaz brothers need this. How about we just do it for every fight now? I don't mind that.
No, me too. As a fan, I don't mind it. I'm sure as a fighter, I'd probably be like, "Fuck that shit." I'd be with Derrick Lewis. I'm like, "Give me
Derrick Lewis and Ty are like, nah, we're not doing that."
Don't call me if it's a 5-round fight. Don't call me.
This is a fantastic fight, though.
I can't wait for that fight.
Yeah.
Like, Steve has looked amazing. I love watching Dos Anjos fight.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of almost the same with Gaethje. Like, most of his fights are just fun as fuck. Like, you're just like, oh man.
Definitely. And then Fazee, obviously been a big prospect for like the last year or so. It's really
coming to his own. Fazee looks so fucking good, man.
Yeah, I can't. Like, I don't know how this is gonna go. I don't know. Maybe RDA shoots for more takedowns in this one. Standing with Fazee seems like a bad route. I
think Fazee's gonna win this fight.
Yeah, I think so. He does seem to have the sauce right now, as the kids say.
Yeah. I think he's got it.
Yeah,
because man, he's also impressed how fucking flexible that dude is. Like, you see when he dodges those kicks, he goes all the way back or whatever. I'm like, oh my fucking, this guy's like
he's got some good training partners right now too. Down at Tiger Muay Thai, I know Hazmat's down there right now training, and then so is the Bellator welterweight champions down there, which are both heavy wrestlers. So he's preparing for it.
For sure, it's gonna be a fun fight. Like, I'm excited for that fight. I'm excited for Edson Barbosa versus Bryce Mitchell.
That's a great fight.
That fight,
yeah.
Bryce has been back forever, and I like Bryce quite a bit. And
Bryce Mitchell's hilarious.
Dude, he's so fucking funny. But this is gonna be a tough fucking fight too for him. Edson Barbosa, whew.
Yeah, Edson Barbosa does not fuck around those leg kicks.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a fun ass fucking fight. So I'm excited for that.
Oh, Kevin Holland versus
Kevin Holland versus
Cowboy on there.
Yeah, Brazilian Cowboy.
Greg Hardy opening up the card. Yeah, it's a great fight. Oh, Marina Rodriguez versus Yan Xian. That's a great fight. High level one at women's strawweight as well. Yeah, it's such a really good pay per view. I'm a little down on it just because I don't know. I need a title fight to get me like super into it. But
no, I feel you. Like the prelims, the main card, I'm pretty stoked for on this fight. The early prelims seem alright, but
Brian Keller versus Umar Nurmagomedov is also on there. That's a good fight.
I'm excited for it. And then you got Colby versus George.
Yeah, main event. Colby Covington, Jorge Masvidal, 5 rounds. Here we go. Grudge match. The trailer yesterday got me very hyped. The trailer was great. I'm like, okay, you guys know what you're doing.
No, that was super good. Look, I see Colby winning the fight. I don't see Masvidal beating Colby.
No,
but anything can happen. I mean,
you clip him. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
You're right. I do see Colby using his wrestling and squeaking out a decision here. But
I just think Colby's wrestling, his cardio, and his output is just going to be too much for Masvidal.
I wonder how much the training together will affect the fight, because they trained together for years, and this gym knows Colby Covington. They know his style of takedowns. They know how he's going to shoot. They know all that. And Masvidal has learned takedown defense from this guy more than he has with anyone else. You know what I mean? So, like, if there's anyone whose takedowns you can defend, it should be Colby's.
No, 100%. Well, you also got to think about the weight, because that was also back when Masvidal was in lightweight.
Yeah.
And now they're doing this in welterweight, so he's gonna be bigger. And Colby might not be used to a bigger Masvidal, because they haven't probably been really training.
Yeah, that's a good point.
He went up in that class. Masvidal can probably, handle things a little bit better. So who knows? I mean, I think there's enough unknowns with this fight. There's been enough years probably between them training together. Just certain things. Where Masvidal could come in this fight and look pretty good, but I mean, I just don't really see him. I just don't really see it happening.
I hope it's just a war, though. Like, I hope these two don't. I hope Colby doesn't shy from throwing down with Masvidal.
Definitely.
It's like you two are the main event of a pay-per-view without a title on the line. That is such like a rare occurrence that I feel like you two really got to show up here. Like, I don't.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Well, Colby just needs to be careful that he doesn't get too much of a striking match with Masvidal, because Masvidal is a better boxer.
Yeah, I think Masvidal has more power too. Yeah.
Definitely. So it's just if I'm Colby, I'm going in, I'm wrestle fucking him, get him up on that cage, wearing him down.
That relentless, conditioning. Really put it on him.
Because Colby's not really a finisher. I mean, that's like one thing. He doesn't really finish a lot of dudes. Like, he doesn't really have that knockout power.
No, definitely not. I mean, if he's gonna finish you, it's accumulation over the fight, right?
Yeah, definitely. So this fight. I mean, and most of Colby's fights usually go the distance. I mean, this is probably gonna be a distance fight.
Yeah.
Like I don't really think either guy's gonna finish each other, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I mean, it could happen, of course. But
it actually very much benefits this card to have RDA versus Fazee on there now because there was no co-main before that, so it was even weaker just a couple days ago. So at least that's on there now. I'm hyped for it. I'm not the highest on this pay-per-view, but
fair enough. I just a lot of the guys on there I like Kevin Holland a lot. I like Alex Oliveira. I like Essen Barbosa.
No, you're right. I mean, these are very fun fights, and the main card is set up to be very fun because you start off with the heavyweights, then you go into Kevin Holland, and then
it just seems like a super just fun card.
Yeah,
sure there's not a lot on the line. I mean, unfortunately, Colby versus Masvidal. I mean, it's not like it's like a #1 contender fight. I mean, you got two.
I mean, not even really that close, honestly. Like, they're both coming off the losses to Usman, so
and they've already fought him twice already. So it's like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, but I guess they're both just hoping Usman loses eventually, right? I mean, they're praying for Usman as well.
I mean, should just be a big money fight for them.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what this fight really just a big money fight. I'm sure the press conferences are going to be great.
The press conference is going to be great. I'm almost looking forward to the press conference more than I am the actual fight.
100%. Like, I'm ready. I'm ready for the build up. I'm just like, this is going to be fun. This is going to be fun. It's going to be a fun fight night, if anything.
For sure.
But yeah, we'll see how
a fight night we'll pay $75 for.
I know.
Pay-per-view price get ridiculous.
It's too expensive.
Anyway, Sloan, that's going to do it for us for this episode. That's your post show for UFC 271. I want to thank you all so much for watching. Please remember to subscribe to us on youtube.com/nerdicgods. If you like video games and stuff, you can go check out the proper podcast over there. If you don't want to be a nerd, just stick to the MMA one.
Just check us out here, boys and girls.
That's all you need. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Bye-bye, everybody.
For sure. Thank you. Goodbye.